This video is going to give a quick refresher for adding materials to your Schoology course. So right now we have a course started which you guys are going to use for your professional development, and essentially whenever you're building anything in Schoology, you're going to always start out at this Add Materials button. When you click the drop down, you'll notice that the first option is a folder. And this folder is really nice because it allows you to organize your different materials that you have. So we have a lot of teachers that are using the folder to break things down into a unit, or you could break it down into week or whatever you want to do with it. And what's kind of nice with this is you can actually put folders inside of folders, so you can really have things organized the way that works best for your class. The assignment is essentially something where you give the students instructions and then they can submit something back to you. And we'll talk about in tomorrow's session just what those different things look like that they could be turning back into you. It doesn't necessarily have to be a document. So there are some options there. We're trying to stay away from the test and quiz. Eventually the test and quiz feature is going to go away and it's going to be replaced by the assessment. This assessment tool is pretty cool. It has some tech-enhanced items that can be used to make your content a little bit more interactive. This is a great tool that you could use for like a check-in with your students. You don't have to necessarily think of it as a full-on test right now. Then the next one is just if you wanted to add a file, a link, or an external tool to it. A file would essentially be like when the kids go into the folder, there would just be a standalone file. We'll talk about ways that you can add files directly to pages and different areas, so that way it allows you to give some sort of instruction before they would click on the file or the link or whatever you're doing. Discussions are pretty cool. They allow the kids to interact with each other a little bit. The discussion post doesn't have to just be text. They could be uploading something. They could be doing some sort of recording, but we'll talk about a little bit about more with that, with some more in-depth things with discussions. Pages are just static pages that have some content on it, so the kids can view or click on anything that's on the page, but there's nothing for them to submit. And then media album is essentially if you wanted the kids to all be able to upload something that they can all see what each other upload. You can create a media album that they could all upload a picture as part of an assignment, and then everybody would be able to kind of view and be able to see what each other is up to while we're on this little few week hiatus here. And then you don't have to worry about package. Package essentially would be if we had other web content that we had to try to bring into Schoology in a certain way. And then the import from resources is kind of nice. This import from resources would allow you to just directly go, if you had something in your resources, and bring it right into Schoology. So if you're potentially collaborating with someone and they shared something with you in resources, you could import from resources and go find that specific thing to bring it in. So whenever you add a material, your material is essentially going to go to the bottom of your course. So anything that you do, just plan on it popping up at the bottom. There is a workaround for this though. If, for example, you're working in a course such as this one where there's a lot of stuff in here already, if you want to put it at a specific spot, you could just go ahead and hover between two items, and there's a little green dotted line that shows up with the plus sign. If you click on that dotted line, it would allow you to insert something somewhere specific on your course. What's nice about this is then it puts it exactly where you want it right from the beginning, and you don't have to drag and drop it and move stuff around later on.